What's up, everybody? Welcome to Technically Athletic. I am your host Tyler. My other co-host Jalen. He's not here with us yet. He may be coming on later. We never know. We never know for this episode. But I'm blessed today because our guest for the first Technically Athletic episode, man, somebody I've known since high school. Somebody, everybody respects this man. It's just something about the way he moved. Real humble brother, but when he steps on the football field, it is a problem. All right. Before I introduce him, I want to say some of his stats real quick, man. Um, First off, cum laude in high school, bro. I had no offense, but I had no idea.
Hey, I'm humble. I just said I'm humble.
Respectfully. 2010 WCAC honorable mention. 2011 all WCAC first team, all district first team, all county second team, all state. We went to college at Bowie State University. CIAA Rookie of the Week twice. CIAA All Rookie Team. All right, all CIAA first team 2015 preseason, all CIAA 2016, which I'm assuming all CIAA 2016 at the end of the season. Man, I got my brother Kevaughn Townsend with me on Technical Athletic. My
good,
brother,
man.
how you
good,
doing,
man?
man?
Glad to be here. Appreciate you for having me,
Oh, use that nigga.
Out the gate.
Like, I just, I had to let you know that cause you move real humbly.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't the type to just, let these folk know. So I'm gonna be the one to first say, like, you was a
Good.
beast. All right. And I'm glad to say I was played on the same field as you, played with you,
too.
played
Yep.
against you. Man. All right, so let's get into it. First off, my brother, where you
Born in
from?
Washington, D.C., raised all over PG County. And I'm Jamaican, though. I gotta throw that in there. Both my parents come from Jamaica, met in D.C.,
Okay.
though.
Facts, man. Um, so when did you start playing sports? Was you like a multi-sports guy, or was you football from the
Yeah,
beginning?
football's the first sport I played. I was probably like 5, maybe, no, I was 6. But from that point on, it was always like multi sports. Summer was football until fall. The winter come around, basketball, spring track. That was my life from like first to 8th grade. Every weekend from during school, something was happening. Like I rarely had a weekend where it was like, okay, we just chilling in the house. Like it was always a meet, a game, or something to go to. So shout out to my mother. She had us all over the place, man.
Hey, bro, we gonna get it all three, man. So for football, man, who'd you play for?
We
And
played
you
with
for
the
you football?
Woodbridge Warriors, Northeast DC. Man, I don't know what's going on with them now, but when I was
Hey, let
playing
me
there, we
tell
were
you.
Pop Warner. We were vicious, man. Vicious.
Okay, so that was Pop Warner.
Yeah, we started off Pop
Woodbridge.
Warner. We ended up moving to the Capital Beltway League by the time I left.
Y'all was
Mm-hmm.
in Capital
Yep.
Bowie?
Played against Montgomery Village and Maplewood and Forestville Falcons, all them.
Oh, you know what? Because I played for
Mm-hmm.
Southern Maryland Eagles. So we joined the Capital Beltway League. When we joined, it was our first year, so we was put in the
I
B
didn't know they
League.
had it.
So we didn't, bro. We had a B League. We busted everybody, but we didn't play like we didn't play the A League to the playoffs. So I was wondering because we never played Woodridge. We did play. Did y'all ever play Riggs
Riggs.
Road?
Yeah, we played Lamar Riggs, but nah, we didn't play them in the Capital Beltway League. They was always like a scrimmage because they was down the street from us. They was still Pop Warner. So we played them
Mm,
Pop Warner, then when we went to Capital Beltway, they just come up or we go to them and we just scrimmage.
okay, okay, all right. So, um, from the outside looking in, from somebody who played in Maryland, right, playing against a team in DC, um, It was a lot. It was a big. DC had a reputation.
I know.
Okay. So like, what was it like playing football in the city?
At that time, just keep your
youth
head on a
football.
swivel. That's all I can say. Like that's the place I learned. Like if you're gonna come around that corner chasing somebody, you better make sure you peek, because more than anything, you was gonna get got. Like you were gonna get got. But more than anything, just toughness. Like anybody you play, no matter if they were good or sorry, nobody's gonna back down. Nobody's gonna be soft. So you had to be tough. Like you had to bring it, or you gonna get embarrassed. And I wasn't gonna get embarrassed. I think my first year out there was the first time I got cracked back, and never again. I was like, yeah, make sure I know what's going on, be alert, and just go hard. Cause I'm not gonna lie, half of them kids, man, they wasn't playing the age they were supposed to be playing.
Okay, hey, because I knew
it
was something.
Lie, so.
I knew it. I was like, yo, every time we play DCT, like you can hear the parents like, yo, they cheating already. They all skipping the weight line. They different ages.
I'm talking about,
man.
I was 10 years old.
That's interesting.
We went to very farms of scrimmage. I'm playing O-line. The D lineman in front of me put his hands in the dirt, and I see like veins in his arm, like he looked like he lift weights. I'm like, hold up, man. There's no way we all the same age out here, man. So stuff like that used to make me already know, like I got to go a little harder, because I was always usually the youngest out there, because I was always the biggest too. So well, weight class, that's how it worked. But, man, it was crazy.
Yeah. What positions were you? What was your main positions back then?
Line. Both sides, just line. That's all I played. I played fullback 1 year, but that was like, it wasn't even a year. It was probably like a game. Probably played fullback 1 game. I think I was sick, missed 1 practice. Came back the next practice, back online. I was so mad. I was like, dang, this when I start getting the ball.
Hey, bro, I totally feel you on that. That same experience here, bro. Offensive line, defensive line. So winter comes, you play basketball. You played basketball all the way through middle school.
Yeah, well, I left. My middle school closed down after 6th or 7th grade. So I think it was 6th grade. So yeah, for 1 year, the 2 years I ain't play, because the new school I went to they had a basketball team that was terrible, so I didn't want to play.
Okay, what position? What was your role? What position was you playing in basketball?
And my role was rebound. That's all I did. Rebound, run down the court, foul. Make sure they don't come
Nobody going in the lane.
That's all I did. Defense. Make sure nobody get in the lane. Get the rebound. Get that joint out your hands as quick as possible.
Hey man, that's hilarious. I feel like, because even I played basketball in middle school. I only did 1 year, but I was like the lockdown defender. I was like, defense is where I stood out. Like as a football player, if you mainly football, I don't know too many brothers that's out here going to the court and finesse.
Not me.
Finesse.
My role was very specific. I knew my role. I was like, shoot, I get some putbacks. I get like 2, 4 points a game. Probably make a free throw too, but I wasn't just shooting in the perimeter. I wasn't doing none of
that. Man, okay. Oh man, it's just funny, bro. I play basketball with you. When the dreads be flying, bro. He's just like, put that thing up.
True.
All right, I see it. I get it. So, track, man. Like, you really a 3-sport athlete. So, what was you doing? Would you, what events did you run in?
4x1. I did a 4x2, which I didn't really care for, and then shot put. Shot put was really my bread and butter, and the 100. Honestly, those are my 2 favorite events: the 100 and the shot put.
Bro, so you went from, you was an offensive lineman, a defensive lineman, and then get warm out. You do 100 meter, 200. Shot put. And it's like, is nobody know you running track?
Man, I did it. Like I said, I did this from like 1st grade to like damn near 8th grade, and I was with the same coaches at Woodridge. Like they moved up with us, and I think it was until like I left Woodridge like my second to last year, they realized I ran track. They're like, you run track? I'm like, yeah. It's like, you fast? I'm like, yeah. Like every year in the 100, I was at least top 5. Like some years I medaled, some years I didn't, depending on the age group or whatever. But like one thing I could do, I could run fast in a straight line. Now when you start doing the curves and tell me to keep my speed while I'm running around, I can't do that. The distance would kill me, but I could do 100-meter dash, bro.
That's
Yeah,
that
bro.
Jamaican in you, bro.
It's natural.
That's real. That's real, man. Hey, so what do you remember most about playing football at Woodridge? What's like one of your best plays you ever made? What would you say?
That'd be my first year playing. We played in the Turkey Bowl. Played the Clinton Jets. I remember this.
Oh,
and the score was probably like 6-0. You know how them scores be. And it was like a 4th down. They're going for it, and they do like this sweep or a toss or something. And I remember I'm on the D line. I like trace down the running back, and I like jump on his back until he just like fall. Like he's trying to run, he just started breaking down. And that ended the game. We got the ball back, took a knee. It's the first time I got a trophy too, so I'm psyched because at the end of the game they do the whole like the whole team, woo woo. Everybody get a participation trophy. They do an offensive MVP and a defensive MVP, so they give me the defensive MVP. So I'm like, oh, I got 2 trophies. Like I ain't into nothing at that point. So when I won that, that's when football had me hooked. Like, oh yeah, this my sport.
That's it. Oh man, yo, that's fire. Nothing like a good like 4th down stop, bro. Man. That makes my day, bro. Seeing that, watching that on TV too, be like, yo, it's like 4th-1, fam. Like, let's go. But man, that's fire. So, man, let's get to high school, man. Bishop McNamara, you know, it's like, man, what 4 years? This when I met you. I'm gonna tell you the first time I was introduced to Kevaughn, AK. My bad. Before we get there, bro, you had some nicknames back in the day.
Yeah,
hella nicknames. Now, I believe, from what I remember, like it all started back in Woodridge, right? So, what was the first nickname you had? Okay. Now, where did they get Biscuit from?
Man, my football coach. It's crazy. This dude, he was actually my football coach, basketball coach, and track coach. His son was to the same school as me, and he played for the same team. So I seen this man year round. Couldn't get away from him. One year I see him one day I see him, it was a Popeyes at PG Plaza. I was living out Highsville. Seeing me, he was just like, hey, what you gonna get, man? What you doing here? What you gonna eat? What you eating all this food? You don't need to be eating it. You just give me a hard time or whatever. Like, what you gonna get? Like, some biscuits, you know? I just said biscuits. And I swear the next day, it was like track practice. He had like a real loud, distinct voice. He all out, so biscuit. Everybody keep looking. I'm like, I know he not calling me biscuit. Sure was calling me biscuit, bro. That joint just stuck. It's 2000.
That's crazy, bro. It's a tough name. Not gonna lie. It's a tough name. And then, of course, we get to high school. Gucci Mane out here popping in these streets. So then it's just add the Mane, Biscuit Mane. It's been sticking,
for some reason,
bro.
I thought that joint was going to leave me. I was like, I remember McNamara. Ain't nobody going to call me Biscuit. Man, they followed me straight there. I had too many people who knew me. Like, Biscuit.
So, now when we get to McNamara, of course, your brother was already there. Shout out to Chris Townsend, who, I mean, this whole family is just beasts. All right, let me just say that. But what was it like knowing you was going to McNamara, and of course the reputation of your brother? Like, how did you feel like you had to live up to that at all?
Like crazy, man. Like, it was pressure. I'm not gonna lie, it was pressure on me. I felt like Yeah, because people already knew who I was the moment I stepped in there. Like one of my other nicknames at Mac, Baby Townsend. That's what all the old heads call like Baby Towns, Baby Towns. Like, and it was just people, random people walking the hallway. Be like, "Oh, you little Chris, little brother." Like, yeah, I don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy. Like before I even played my first game up there, I was like, dang, I already knew my brother was a legend of that joint. So it was pressure. It was pressure. It definitely made me like, all right, I gotta get for real, like really turn this thing up.
Yeah, I will say, like, I know at least for me, um, I really looked at those upperclassmen just like almost like gods at one point. Like, yo, these dudes, like, I see Brandon Cole walking around,
Mm-hmm.
Copeland, yeah, your brother, and then watching your brother highlight tape on YouTube, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he, oh, he nice with it. You know what I'm saying? And so I definitely can understand that. But yeah, let me let me the first time I was introduced to Kevaughn, I'm sure you don't remember this, bro. We had a special
Mm-hmm.
team practice. It was like one of the special team drills. We were working on kickoff return, and you was on kickoff, and I was like, okay, I gotta block this dude. Like he a little wide. Sure, I'm tall to him. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, bro. I swear, you running down on kickoff. I'm about to run and block you. As soon as I make contact, bro, you literally you didn't slow down. It meant nothing. This it meant nothing. You literally just ran right through me, bro, and just kept going. And I was like, yo, this man a ton of bricks. Like, what is going
I don't
on?
remember that at all, bro.
And I know, bro. Bro. And then the coach was like, yep, let's do it again. I was like,
That's the last thing you want
nah,
to hear.
nigga, nah. Bro, I said, I'm finna just like get on the side, just run with this dude, bro. I'm like, trying to hit this
That's
man.
hilarious.
Golly. So, all right. So, freshman year, man, JV, what do you feel like was the biggest difference between, youth league and then playing in high school?
The biggest difference. That's a good question. I think the biggest difference from Mac was, I would say, structure in a way, even though kind of a mess
Mm.
that freshman year. But yeah, just like the structure, the way things would run, and certain players, like youth league, if you a certain type of player, you get away with things. They wasn't rocking for that, and I could already see how it was gonna be different as far as like how they was treating everybody. I was like, all right, bet, but like I said, that freshman year was kind of wild, man.
Yo, let's talk about the first game, bro? Let's talk about the first game we played. I forget the
Was it
team.
Langdon?
I forget the team.
Ironson. It
I
was one of
think it
them
was
schools
Landon,
out there.
but you was the only one that
I
scored.
was. Wow.
And here's
Ain't
a funny
designed either.
story about this, bro. You was on defense. I think you picked up
Yeah.
a fumble or something,
Super.
right? Bro, you almost ran out of bounds, fam.
I'll tell you why, bro. Do you remember how I almost ran out of bounds?
Shout out to is
Nick
it Nick
Barnes.
Barnes?
Nicky Barnes.
Nick Barnes was on the
Man.
sideline. And this man ran all the way down to the end zone with you. Mind you, on a football field, okay, you
Yeah, you
can't
can't
go
go past
past the
30,
30. If you're on the sideline, you can't go past the 30. We was so hyped to
At that point,
actually
it was like,
finally
hey, look, we getting
score.
some points on the board.
Nick Balls ran all the way with you. I was like, why he keep going to the sideline?
Man, I was distracted. It sounds terrible. I was so distracted. I picked the thing up. I'm running. I'm like, yeah, best we can. I look, Nick Barnes there, like helmet off, running with me. He had locks, just flying in there and all that. And I'm there running, talking to him, like, yeah. And by the time I get to like the 2-3 yard line, I look, I'm like, oh, I'm kind of close to this white wham. I try to hurry up, get back inside. I'm like, oh, dang, I might just messed up my touchdown. But they still called a touchdown. I think they threw a flag on. Yeah, they definitely threw a flag on Nick. Nick did not care.
That was crazy. What do you? That was funny, bro. Most of that year, what positions was you playing that year?
Line. I played offense. I played line for sure. It's funny, defense. They start me off at line, and like I think like midway through the year, or like some point during the season already started. We took a water break. D-line took a water break. And the linebacker coach, I can't remember his name, but he's trying to get them to like sink their hips. So they got like a little medicine ball and all that. I'm walking. I'm just looking at him do the drill. He look at me. He's like, Townsend, you know how to play linebacker? Come show him how to do it. Mind you, I never played linebacker in my life. Never played anything linebacker. He just going straight off of a reputation of my brother or something. So I do the drill, and I guess I did it good or well enough for them to be like, yeah, maybe you should start playing some linebacker. So. But besides that, it was straight line. And they kept alternating me between linebacker and D-line depending on what was going on that year.
You know, it's interesting because I was playing linebacker that year.
What?
I probably did that drill terribly.
You played linebacker?
I probably destroyed it. Yeah, because I was trying to play DB.
I swore you played safety.
But there was a plethora of DBs. Like everybody, like if you wasn't a lineman, everybody was out there trying to play safety or corner. And so one time during it was an offensive day, and it was like we need somebody playing linebacker. Coach was like, look around, y'all. All y'all want to play corner DB. So if you want to get on the field, y'all need to. So I was like, shoot, I went and played middle linebacker one day. And then I was playing linebacker that season at I was like 115, 120, something like that.
Dang, I could have sworn you played safety when you first got there.
Nah, man, I was a little linebacker, man. I actually got a couple starts that year. I didn't know how to play 3-3-5, dog. I didn't understand the 3-3-5, and then it was like, especially the outside linebackers, they like line up right behind the D lineman. I'm like, I can't see. I didn't even know what was going on. So half the time I was just moving on instinct, bro. Like that, like you said, freshman year was crazy. Absolutely nuts, man. What do you remember most from that year? What did you learn the most from that year?
I remember something. But what I learned most, I think that's the year I really learned the difference between the whole shirt and shorts type players versus when you put the equipment on. Because, Little League, I mean, we did a little clinics and all that, but once you get equipment on, that's when you ready to practices. So that whole summer, people was there looking good with the shirts and shorts and the cleats on the field doing the drills. That's how I got myself to lineman, actually. I tried to do a drill, and I looked terrible. So they're like, yeah, playing lineman. But, people were looking good. Like, I think the whole freaking receiving core and running back group changed once we put equipment on. Like, people was cool in shirt and shorts, but once we start putting equipment on, them same starters from the preseason all of a sudden wasn't playing anymore. So that's when I learned, like, okay, well, my gift is physicality. So that's what I learned, like, what I could do is control what I could do as far as like just going hard and using my gift, because shirt and shorts was not my deal.
Facts, man. Yo, did you go to any of those workouts with in the summer, like the 7-on-7 with the varsity? Do you remember any of that?
I'll shoot. I think, what was I doing that summer? I think I ended up going to Florida with my father. He used to spend the summers with my dad. So we went to Florida that year. And Chris was still here, of course, working out, doing that. I should have been with Chris. I would have been good. But I came into a rude awakening because me and, you remember Michael Bill? Both of our brothers were on varsity. Yeah. So we showed up the first day of training camp. This when we had 2 days, like real live 2 days back then. I say I was so sore, like had no idea what I was doing out there. Didn't drink water, didn't properly stretch, just went out there, and that was the longest day of my life, bro. Me and Michael Bill looked at each other like, you coming back tomorrow? Like, what the heck are we doing here, bro?
Mike Bill was the first one I met, and he was telling me, he was like, "Yo, I already got my equipment stuff. I've been doing 2 days." I was like,
Yeah,
"Why?" Like they told
I didn't
JV
do
to
2 days after.
just
I was like,
come this
man,
time.
I shouldn't be here. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I yeah, man.
Oh man. So I feel like a big transformation for you was like freshman
Yep.
sophomore year. Going from freshman sophomore year, what would you say? This was what was you doing in the off seasons? Because I would see you in the weight room. I would see you go to lift sometimes, and sometimes I was like, I don't know what this man is, but I'm just
Oh man, that was freshman year, so who knows what I was doing at the school? But nah, man. The biggest transformation was honestly just me lifting. Like everything I did athletically was just me playing. Like it was my first year, really no weight room. My first year doing actual like conditioning outside of track season. So I say there's like so much weight just dropped off of me by just constantly every day doing that. So just built up muscle. And I really went hard that summer though. That summer, I was at Mac, and then I was still going to my father like for the summer. So my little brother, he was going to his high school in Montgomery County. I was working out with those dudes, and that's a whole different. Like I went over there, they looked at me like, "Oh my gosh, who are you? You come in here like their coach, Einstein High School. Their coach was like, "Oh, we gotta get you here. We gotta get you to roll like all this stuff." I'm like, "No, I'm just here to stay in shape." But yeah, the biggest thing, man, I was just going hard. Like I hated running. Started doing more running. Finally was lifting because my biggest goal was that same. Like I had pressure on me. Like my brother started on varsity 3 years in a row. I'm like, I gotta get on varsity at least. Like I can't play JV again. But little I know, yeah, that was
really.
my whole goal, bro. Like I was like, I gotta get on varsity, bro. I gotta get on varsity, whatever it takes. That's why I went that hard, bro.
Wow. So I know that year was tough, at least for me, because yeah, I mean I was making sure like yo, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to every workout. I'm trying to get to all the lifts, seven
Right.
on sevens and all that stuff. And then I remember uh Bevel was just pretty much like, yo, none of the sophomores
Yeah,
coming to varsity. Like he was just straight up with like, how'd you feel
I
about
was
that?
crushed. That joint killed me, bro. I remember that. I was crushed, bro. I was like, dang, bro. I think I called Burnett. I think I called Tony. I was like, bro, we really not about to play varsity. Because every year, like, the sophomores go to varsity. So I was like, dang. But then I looked at it, I'm like, well, shoot. This is like the greatest football team Mac has seen in a while. Like, they had like 30 seniors, bro. Like, 30 seniors, all of them played some type of
Yeah.
college football. So part of me was like, it's just I was the sophomore at the wrong time. Like if I would have sophomore the year before, I'd be on varsity. But it was what it was. But that night, I took it hard, bro. Like I think I was just like, shoot, well, if I can't play varsity, I'm gonna take JV up because I gotta take this anger out on somebody, bro.
Hey, bro. Uh, yeah, let's talk sophomore year JV team. We was dogs.
We were hard, man.
Like, yo, uh, first off, man, shout out to Coach Tomlin. I don't know where you at in the
Coach Tom,
world, you
he
know what I'm
changed the culture
saying?
for real. Like that was a great team we had there.
Coach Tomlin, yeah, changed the culture for real. Like he wasn't playing no games. We was in there like real structure. He came in, we knew what we was doing to start practice. Like that the way the season started with training camp and everything, it was like, yo, we
Yup,
wasn't playing, yo.
out the gate.
You know what I'm saying? And then was that did you purposely decide to play running back that year, or was they like, yo, go to running back?
I, I like yeah. Decided to play running back, but Coach Jones. Coach Jones, he came
Yeah.
in as a new O line coach. He was like, "Nah, you playing center." I'm like, what? So I was like, "Come on, bro, not again!" Like, come on, bro. So I was like, "All right, whatever." So one day, I got a ride from Coach Chapman. So he was just in the car. He's like, "Hey, man, you need to tell me you ain't no damn center. Like, I try to put a word in for you, but you gotta speak up and." So I'm like, "All right, all right." So practice go by. I don't say nothing to him because I still was kind of mad at him. But we did. I don't know if you remember, we did them gases at the end of practice. So he went with the
Oh
linemen.
yeah.
So I'm like, let me just turn up on everybody in this whole lineman group. So by the time I finished my down and back, like they halfway through, and every time I finished, I just remember I look at Coach Jones. He was looking at me like I don't think he knew I was that athletic. So then I think by the next practice,
Yo,
they had me over there by the running backs, bro.
that's it's just like I'm glad I'm having this convo because you know at the time I'm only worried about myself. I'm just trying to survive these gases, and I'm like, yo, I didn't even realize like, bro, you fighting for a spot, bro. You fight for what you
Bro,
deserve right here. You know what I'm saying,
I was gonna be a center again. I
man?
was mad. Like, dang. Just when I thought I was done with the O line.
that year you okay, another story about a time where I tried to tackle this man. Or I came in contact with this man. That's what I'm saying. I came in contact. Okay. Before the season started, we had a scrimmage.
I
We
remember
scrimmaged
that.
ourselves one
That
time.
was
Bruh. First of all, that was a scrimmage, bro. We
yeah.
was going
It
back
was a
and
lot of
forth.
trash talk.
A lot of trash talk, bro. I was at safety. All right. And somehow, bro, Kevaughn, bro, you really bust through the line. It wasn't even like it was like big hole. I would just full speed her. He bust through the line. He get to me. Dang. I wrap up, dog. I swear, I got dragged about 10 yards before you got to the ground. I was like, I'm glad he on my team. Like, yo, forget all this other mess, bro. I'm glad this man on my team. I ain't got
All I knew
time.
was run straight, bro. That's all I knew, literally.
Bro, you did that, man. What do you remember most from sophomore
I
year?
remember most. There's a couple of things, man. Like we played in some like down to the wire games. Oh, honestly, bro, what I remember most is you. That Carroll game, you got that pick. Yeah, man. If y'all don't know, man, we was driving. When they were driving down, I think it was like a 1 point game, man.
They was
Seconds
driving.
left. They throw this deep ball. Guess who they to catch that joint? Out, bro. Like you high pointed it out the air, almost housed it back. And our JV games used to be so lit because Mr. Tomlin, Coach Tomlin, he had a computer class, and he always used to be like, "Yeah, y'all show up to the game, I give y'all extra credit." So our JV games was almost packed out low key.
Dog, I really thought people was really out there to see us, bruh. I really thought that, bro. I was like, yo, I ain't no
Yeah, this
JV
one
games
was
was
lit.
lit
Hey, but look,
like
we gave
this.
them a show though. They left with a good
We
experience for
gave him a
real.
show. Dog, yeah, that Carroll game was probably the most
Yeah, bro, for
emotional
real.
joint.
Because Carroll, I think they was undefeated when we played them
Cause
too.
it was like,
Yeah, when they
yeah, they
first
was
won.
undefeated. And once again, man, at least for me, the reputation of playing the DC team for me was like, all right, I know what these,
Yeah.
I know what they about. They finna be,
Mm-hmm.
extra physical. So, and I think that was my. I started that game at
Mm-hmm.
linebacker, and then we had our quarterback at safety, and our quarterback, he was like, "Yo, just put Tyler at safety. I don't want to play defense." He was like, "Put Tyler at safety," and then for the second half of that
Oh,
game, I'm playing safety. So I switched
I had
positions
no
middle of the
idea.
game.
Dang,
It
that's
was
wild.
crazy. it, it was crazy, bro. It did. The only reason I was really there to make the play, I think at that time, Keith Bird, somebody was playing corner I didn't trust. It wasn't Tony. I forget who was out there corner, but I was like, let me make sure I get over here, bro. Make sure
Hey,
I stay
good
over
decision.
top.
Great
You
decision.
know what I'm saying? But man, yo, that was a good year. Besides that
Hey,
DeMatha
man.
game,
Ooh,
it was a good year,
thanks for reminding me about
bro. Yeah. All right. So, this is tough to talk about for anybody who went through this, but junior year, which honestly, I wouldn't say it's tough. I feel like, it turned that year really tested character. Show who were the boys, who was the men. You know what I'm saying? But what did you? First of all, what was your expectations going into that year? First year of varsity. What's your expectations?
Still mirroring my brother. I was like, I gotta get first team all WCAC. So my first thing was just to start, which I don't remember if I was starting. I think it was in like a little position battle in training camp, and I ended up starting by the first game. And honestly, personally, I knew I just wanted to get like first team, try to do as good as my junior year as I can, because I know they like that's the most important year. And then team wise, looking back on it's funny, but winning championship, but man, we were so big headed, man. That was a crazy team.
Hey, we gotta talk. Look, we were so big headed. I mean, so the year before, that varsity team made the playoffs. That varsity team had a lot of really good players, man. Shout out Brandon Coleman. Hannibal that running back. It was loaded. It was loaded.
Everybody.
And then Teo. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying? They played good counsel in the playoffs. It kind of left a bad taste, but it was like, this was a really good season. You know what I'm saying? We could really build on that. But I didn't realize how senior heavy that team was until they was gone. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I didn't realize how much we was going to have to carry.
It was really a rebuilding year. I mean, the majority of our team were sophomores. The class below us. That was probably most of the team. More than half of the team was young dudes, and I remember somebody like Beaver. That was his second year playing football, and he got to go up against all these D1 athletes on a D line.
Big dogs. Yeah, so what made us real big headed? I don't know if you remember this. Bevel told us we was ranked 6th in the state.
I remember that.
In training camp.
I remember that. Because part of me, I'm not gonna lie, because part of me was like, we're not the same team. But then the other part of me was like, all these people got us ranked high, and then nobody else seems to be worried. We're all still pretty confident, so we must be good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Part of me was like, we're not that bad, though.
Yeah.
But we're not the same team. We're not that bad.
Yo, what do you remember most about? That was your first varsity training camp. I mean, technically. I know you did training camp freshman year, but like, what do you remember most about like training camp? Or did you ever have any things you did to survive training camp per se?
Man, to this day I don't know how I survived. Just that West Virginia trip. Oh man.
Oh
yeah.
Oh,
that was a trip.
Man. Oh, let's talk West Virginia, bro. Man. I'm glad you brought that up. I almost forgot about West Virginia.
It's crazy.
I'm gonna let you talk. This is all about you, man. What you remember most from going to West Virginia?
I just remember we playing terrible. I remember we got there. On the way there, the bus broke down. First of all, that was a sign of bad things to come.
Both buses.
And we get there, the football field smell like straight manure. I'm like, oh my gosh, it stinks. And then we go out there and we're practicing terrible. Like, I'm like, this is terrible. We look terrible. And then I think one of those practices, Bevel was just fed up, and I think he was like, "Yeah, just leave the footballs inside. We don't need them." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" We just ran until the sun went down. Literally, like I was just like, "Why am I doing this? Is this football? Like, what's going on?" Like, those are practices that make you like reevaluate. Like, why am I out here? Like, that's what I remember the most about that training.
I'm trying to think. Because, like you said, it took us forever to get there on the buses. We drove them little athletic team buses, and it was like 3 of them. From what I recall, I might be wrong. As soon as we got off the bus, we went straight to the locker room, got dressed, and
it was no transition.
And the first thing we did was gassers. I think it was literally the first practice was gassers. And for those who don't know, so mostly
Yeah.
gassers is back and forth.
Yeah.
And Coach Bevel said we had to go down, back, and then down again. And we had to do it in 32 seconds. Now, a football field 53 and a half yards wide. Now, to do that in 32 seconds, I mean, like the DBs was making it, but he expected the linemen to make it in 32 seconds as well. And it was like, we gonna keep going until everybody makes this time. Bro, we did the gases for like 2 hours.
Just gases, bro. It was a whole practice.
And I mean, cramps. Niggas pulling muscles, bro. By the end, it's just like, like you said, bro, reevaluating your life. Like, what am I here for? We can't even go back.
Ain't nowhere to go. You're stuck here.
That training camp, that West Virginia trip was terrible and funny at the same time. I don't know if you ever remember.
Yes,
you remember the meeting, the player meeting we had?
The players only meeting, right?
The players only meeting, bro.
How could you forget it? The highlight, of course, there was a lot of funny things that happened in that meeting. But Damien, man, he came to the meeting late in some PJs, just like, what's going on? And we try to be serious. Well, some people trying to be serious, but that thing it was so hilarious. I could not stop laughing at that, man.
Shout out to Damien. He rapping now. But shout out to him, man. He was like, as a freshman, he was going to play varsity. This man is huge. Playing tackle, and we had the players only meeting, and this man came into the players only meeting with these PJs on.
I can picture him right now, man.
And we was just trying to be so serious about that day, and then the fact that we let everybody in the room talk.
Decision.
And I just some niggas don't deserve the mic.
That's where things got off track because everybody wanted to say something. It was like, oh
my God. Yeah, man. Yeah. So we somehow survived training camp, dog. And man, we get to the regular season. Okay. What do you remember most about the first game?
The opening kickoff.
Opening kickoff.
Like, oh yeah, we lit. Hannibal caught the joint. Made a one-way, turned up the sideline. I was on the kickoff team. I think I caught like the last block. I was like running side by side with him, just hit a dude. I ain't touch him, but just blocked him. Took the 6. I'm like, oh yeah, like the opening kickoff of the season, we scored a touchdown. We about to be like,
yeah,
man.
It's all downhill from that.
Bro.
Man, so that day, man, we played Mount St. Joe, and the thing about that first varsity game, it was like a DC Baltimore classic, and we was pretty much like first up, first and second up, man. So it was like, yo, we also gotta represent for like the city for like WCAC, but we going against up MIAA, Mount St. Joe, and yeah, man, first play we run the kickoff back. I was on that kickoff team too. I got ran over though. That was a block. That was a block though, but I got ran over. I took it for the team. And after that, it's so sad because every day we do punt protection. We did punt pro to start every practice. And yet game time comes and we couldn't get a punt off to save a life, bro. We had it was so sad. The ball either went over the head.
Somebody see through and blocked it.
Oh, block.
Man, I think my junior year I was a personal protector too. I think I was personal protector my junior and senior year.
I don't think for the first game.
I don't remember if I was junior year. I know I was senior year, but special teams scared me.
It was
punt team specifically scared me because if they decided to bring the house it was a good chance it was gonna block them. Really. It was not. I didn't like it at all. I did not like it at all.
Oh.